Hi, my name is Heather Cantamessa, and I'm a parent advocate in Washington State in the USA with Live Child Welfare Experience. I have 6 children and 20 plus years experiencing child welfare.
I am Ambrosia Eberhardt. I am also a parent advocate in Washington State, and I have 5 children and over 20 years experiencing the child welfare system. And I am here to talk to us today about kind of how the parent advocate movement got started here in Washington State. So in 2008, me and a parent advocate got chosen to go to a parent convening. And at that parent convening, we learned that there was different pockets of work happening within the state. And we got really excited and wanted to bring that back to our local county and pair with some stakeholders and get some other parent advocates involved and start a grassroots movement. While there was simultaneously some grassroots movements happening around the state, there was the Washington State Parent Ally Committee that served as kind of a training hub and a place for the pockets of work in the state to come together 4 times a year. And there was like supportive child welfare involved professionals also there. And the goal and intent with that was to do some legislative work to change policies and procedures for parents experiencing child welfare. It was a place to train new parent leaders. It was an opportunity to network with stakeholders and be kept in the loop about what was happening with different movements, and kind of support it, or kind of turn into like a support network for folks. And then there also was the Spokane Parent Advocacy Network that started in our local county, where it was Heather and me and another parent advocate that started this committee meeting that fed into the statewide effort, right? And it was a built-in support network. It started doing different things like trying to facilitate a class to help parents currently involved in the system. It started the local Reunification Day celebration, where we celebrate all the hard work it takes to get our families back. And it also has done stuff like a holiday party where parents get an extra visit. They are able to spend time with their kids and give them presents that were provided. We do fundraising opportunities like a chili feed, and we sell t-shirts that say people change, families reunite, yard sales. And this really serves as also a hub to train parents with lived child welfare experience into leadership roles and leadership positions. Then there's legislative work where parents with lived child welfare experience got behind different policies, laws, and testified at legislative hearings about how different policies and laws are affecting them and other parents in the system. And they got over 20 things, or we got over 20 things passed legislatively. I just want to highlight that over this 10-year process, this grassroots movement was wholly volunteer time from us parent advocates, and sometimes was stipend for our time with some small honorariums. You're on mute.
Also, some of the work that us parent advocates do is trainings. We train professionals that are working in child welfare. And these are child welfare workers and judicial officers, court-appointed advocates, and we use the expertise that we've gathered while experiencing the system firsthand to do these trainings. And we know that many of the professionals in the system are ill-informed about us, sometimes only receiving a list of our deficiencies. So our intention is to bring an opportunity for compassion, understanding, and connection. We want to bring increased proximity by shining the light of our humanity to reduce stigma for future birth parents. We lead and participate in presentations at conferences that are child welfare focused. We share our personal reflections from research that we've studied on subjects anywhere from building resilience to justice reform to nutrition and the science of hope. We want to educate our community on how these subjects impact families and parents in child welfare. And then on our one-on-one work with parents and professionals, we work to educate parents about the system and how to manage their case. We connect with them with tools and resources. We listen to their needs and help teach them how to self-advocate. We act as translators of experience and perspective across social classes. When we're assisting in trainings and presentations to large groups, we aim to positively affect practice. It's our way of impacting the system from the inside out. When we work in small groups and one-on-one with parents involved in the system, and when we train other parent advocates, we're empowering them with wisdom on how to overcome the system's shortcomings while reaching their desired goal, which is to have their basic needs met covered so that they can heal as a whole with their family. Parent advocates across Washington state serve as peers in many different roles. We're called recovery coaches, mental health peer specialists when we're in a therapeutic setting, community health workers when we're in the medical field, domestic violence advocates, parent-child assistance program or PCAP advocates. We're child welfare workers, and some of us have become attorneys, outreach specialists, peer-led program managers and coordinators called Parents for Parents program parent allies. We contract with the Washington State Office of Public Defense in social work and social service worker roles. We are program directors, we are policy directors, and we are CEOs. All of us have been charitable in our time in building into these roles, and all of these positions are compensated. We have spent much of our lives struggling in poverty, and we've risen up to thrive. We help children by helping their parents, because we know that children want to be with their parents and parents want to be what their children need. And we welcome you in joining our efforts.